Yeah, of course. Stevie Gerard picks a Scottish player, but it's no one to do with Rangers. It's not Scott Wright, it's Jack Hendry. You know what the shocking thing about this is? He's 28.
28. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Football for your daily Spfl transfer roundup for the 26th of July. And yeah, Jack Hendry, I thought he was younger than 28.
I would have swore he's about 25, 24.
Well, he's 28, he's in the prime of his career, and he's going to celebrate it by going to the Saudi League.
Now, I've seen some people say, oh, he's going to make millions over there. Is he? Like, I know some players are going for big bucks, but I would be shocked if this Jack Hendry is on over 50 grand a week.
Well, that's still millions. You fucking idiot.
Oh, compared to what the rest of them are on, Mbappe, 700 million a year.
That doesn't matter. If he's making 50 grand a week, that's still millions a year.
Yeah, but when I say millions, I mean like what the rest of them are making.
50 grand's about, what, 2.5 million?
Jordan Henderson's making 700,000 a week.
Oh, well, good for him.
Is Jordan Henderson the same prick who couldn't tie Scott McTominay, John McGinn or Cal McGregor's boots is on 700 grand a week? Is that no sickening?
Aye, well, it's 700 grand more than I'm on a week, but anyway,
well, nothing a week.
Feels like it.
Feels like it. 9 to 5.
9 to 5, you know. You get
Jack Hendry, he's siding into his 9 to 5. He came from Club Brugge, didn't he?
Well, the good. Let's not pretend like he wasn't getting paid a decent wage at Club Brugge. But I mean, the only thing I'll say is, I mean, you could probably go to the Saudi League for 2 years max, bag yourself life-changing money, and then come back. So, providing Jack Hendry isn't going here to retire, he isn't going here to play for the next 7 years or whatever, I can almost accept it, but I still don't like it. And let's be honest, if he's playing in the Saudi League and it's just not that good of it, I don't care if it's got all the stars, right? It's like the MLS. I remember when they were signing all the big stars, it was still a shit league. It's just a league that nobody takes serious. It's like a bunch of friendlies. The old players just go there to retire and have fun. I'm convinced they don't give blood, sweat and tears.
Yeah,
it's more like a holiday camp, a holiday camp with some football involved. I don't think the standard of Saudi Arabia is going to be good enough, and I think you could say this questions his place in the Scotland team. If we see the likes of Ryan Porteous and John Souttar playing competitive football, Souttar for Rangers, Porteous for Norwich, Millwall even, whoever he plays for, Norwich. If we see them doing well, then you've got McKenna as well playing for Fort. Then they've got to be picked over Jack Hendry.
A lot of players though. Henderson, we've talked about Henderson before. He came out and said that he had to speak to Southgate for his move to confirm his place in the England team. Ronaldo gets picked for Portugal despite playing for El Nazar.
Well, Ronaldo could go anywhere. He's going to get picked.
You say that, man. He's getting old.
And to be honest, I think you could argue before Ronaldo even went here that he was not the player that he was. I mean, with the young players that England have got coming through, all we hear about is that we know that they're overhyped, but all we hear about is how good English players are. If that truly is the case, I think that Jordan Henderson's time in an England team should be done, or at least as a starting player.
I don't think he should be starting anyway.
If Declan Rice and Mason Mount and all these guys, the guy that plays for Man City, whose name's fucking escaping me.
Grealish?
No, the other guy.
Foden?
Aye,
what about Foden?
Well, I'm saying all these players are supposedly brilliant. Declan Rice, 105 million move to Arsenal. If these English players are so good, then Jordan Henderson should not be getting anywhere near the England team.
He shouldn't be. But that's the problem we're going to get here. I've seen a lot of people tweet about it, because the morals of Saudi Arabia and what goes on, should these players be allowed in, because it contradicts what we've got here. What do you think of that? Kicking them out, not letting them in the team just simply because Saudi Arabia has different rights to Scotland.
I don't really agree with that, but look, I'm not a fan of it, but whatever, if he wants to go and make money, then he can go and make money. Max Johnston is making money, but he is not going to Saudi Arabia. He is going to Sturm Graz in Austria, so
300,000 Motherwell getting for this in compensation.
It's not bad. It's not great. It should have been a lot more probably if they got him tied into a multi-year contract, but
compensation?
That is their loss. I like to see this kind of move.
Yeah, I said earlier when I made the fid, fair play to him.
Just like I like Jack Hendry's previous move to Club Brugge. Don't really agree with his latest one, but I liked his previous one. And I'll be interested to see how Max Johnston does in Sturm Graz.
He could potentially get Rangers in the qualifiers, I think.
If I was Max Johnston, though, I'd have probably been looking for a move to Italy, because we've seen a lot of players from the Scottish League join Italy and have success.
I don't know, but he's going to one of the top teams here in Austria.
Well,
so.
a Champions League team as well, so yeah, you can't really blame him. So, final thoughts on Max Johnston. Good player in my opinion.
19.
Still only 19.
We don't have. Well, I mean, we've got a couple of good right backs, but at least he's not another left back. That's what I'll say.
Very, very true. He's not Scottish, he's English, isn't it?
I thought he's Scottish, Max Johnston. Unless he changed his allegiance.
I'm pretty sure he's English.
So I've just been jobbed out there.
I think you have, yeah.
Well, talk to a guy that's Scottish, no one near the team. Declan Gallagher is he's been sold to the mighty Dundee United from St Mirren, which I'm a bit surprised about. That he would actually take this step down, to be honest. But Dundee United need players and they need to come straight back up. And of course, they beat Falkirk 1-0. So, looks like my prediction of Jim Goodwin getting sacked before August begins ain't going to happen. You know what? I think he owes me an apology. Because as soon as I said that, he's seriously turned it around. But
Tell you what, you're right off. He is Scottish. I thought he was English for some reason. I think he's got dual nationality.
Well, there you go then.
As for Declan Gallagher, I mean, this is what the fourth move he's done in a couple of years.
It's just not worked out.
From Motherwell to Aberdeen to St Mirren.
He got killed at Aberdeen.
I tell you what, though, he was pretty good last year, St Mirren.
Was he?
He was alright.
I thought he was shite any time I see him.
So, I mean, maybe he just wants to link up with his former manager.
Well, see, he's born in Middlesbrough.
Yeah, maybe. Well, there you go.
No, that's not Declan Gallagher, by the way. That's Max Johnston.
I thought Max Johnston is chose to play for England. Maybe I'm wrong. I tell you what, hopefully he does play for Scotland.
I hope he does, eh?
Anyway, point being is, I think that it could just be Declan Gallagher wants to team up again with Jim Goodwin. I think he is good enough for the Scottish Premiership.
Yeah, I think so too, yeah.
I mean, Aberdeen that was banter years for Aberdeen. I'm not necessarily sure it was all Declan Gallagher's fault.
It wasn't, but going down to Dundee United, I mean, that's kind of like going to the Saudi League for a year, isn't it?
Aye, it's no great. It is.
Minus all the fucking money.
Minus the money, like, I mean, minus all the fucking cash. Anyway, guys,
not many camels in Dundee.
Someone who's not going to the Saudi League, though, is Sakala. He's decided to stay at Rangers.
According to who, though? There's some guy on Twitter, but let's be real. Well, there's no proof of this actual bid, concrete bid. Where is it?
I was aware that it was a serious deal.
I wasn't aware it was a serious deal with some fucking guy on Twitter.
Well, Sakala's staying then.
Do you really think Sakala wouldn't have took the money to fix a gap in between his teeth?
Okay, I'm not in the fucking mood for this, right, guys? There you go. That's your transfer daily vid. Until next time. Peace.